The wildfire smoke is fueling a political debate over what, if anything, should be done about Canadian wildfires moving forward. Some lawmakers want to punish Canada if the trend continues. Others say it'd be better to work on this together before taking tougher action. Steve Iwanek spent the day reaching out to politicians to get their ideas. Steve, one senator already has some aggressive legislation in the works.
Kaylee, that's correct. Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno has a proposal called the Canada Fire Act. Now, if it were to be approved, it would hit Canada with major sanctions, and Moreno feels the nation to the north of us hasn't done enough to manage wildfires in recent years. Here's how it would do it. It would sanction certain Canadian officials, revoke their U.S. visas, freeze certain U.S. assets, impose economic sanctions on the Canadian government, and keep those sanctions in place until Canada shows progress in reducing future smoke events. President Donald Trump has also threatened to place tariffs on Canada, accusing the country's government of willful negligence in its handling of the massive wildfires. Now, Windsor, Ontario is our nearest Canadian neighbor to the north. We reached out to its mayor for comment. Drew Dilkins told us in part, quote, "No single Canadian wishes to deal with the devastating effects of wildfires," end quote, adding that some U.S. politicians need to, quote, "grow up," and calling it a, quote, "more mature and effective response for the U.S. to help put out the fires instead of threatening tariffs or sanctions.
We felt a positive way was to seek solution as two friendly countries trying to work this out together.
That's Michigan Congressman Tim Walberg. He says his focus wouldn't be on punishment, but rather a path forward as friendly neighbors. Telling me he sent a letter to the Canadian ambassador to the U.S. Friday calling for a conversation.
Do you feel like it's been inadequate, their forest management?
Well, I can't say that. I can't say that for certain because I've not done any study into it. That's why I want to talk to Ambassador Weissman, and as soon as possible to see what they have done.
And it sounds like that's an approach U.S. Representative Marcy Kaptur would get behind, telling us, quote, "Helping our continental neighbor and strongest trading partner Canada deal with an emergent crisis would seem far more helpful than slapping on punitive tariffs at this stage." But Walberg says if those conversations don't lead to real change, he'd support taking a tougher stance.
If they don't do it, they turn a deaf ear and they let same old, then yeah, I mean, we're going to be as aggressive as the next guy, and at that time we'll figure out what that aggression has to be involved with.
Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11 on Fox 36.
Make sure you have the WTOL 11 weather app downloaded to your phone. You can stay on top of air quality alerts, track showers and storms with live interactive radar, and receive custom weather alerts from our trusted meteorologists.